Welcome Eddie McGuire, Sam Newman, and Trevor Marmalade.
Of the Footy Show. Billy's still having a kick over here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Footy Show. What a big week it has been in football. What a huge season it has been in football. Welcome to everybody here tonight. 15,000 at Melbourne Park for the grand final edition. Football, ladies and gentlemen, as we get set for the 1999 AFL Grand Final between and the North Melbourne Kangaroos. Ladies and gentlemen, what better way to kick off tonight's grand final edition of the Footy Show than to welcome one of the legends of rock and roll in this country, singing the anthem to all the fever that gets inside all football people's minds, particularly the coaches. Ladies and gentlemen, a big Melbourne Park welcome for the Footy Show's own Billy Thorpe!
Most people I know think that I'm crazy. I know at times I act a little hasty. If that's my way, then you should know it. And in every way, help me to show it. know this song? Anybody here know this song? I said, do you know this song? Can you sing it? All right, here we go, everybody. Most people yeah, I will try. All right. If that's my way, you should know it. And in every way, help me to show Grand Final Footy Show, thanks to Holden, of course. And ladies and gentlemen, what a big week it has been in football. Let's get right into it right away and welcome our panel tonight. And please welcome the former Melbourne captain, Victorian captain, now retired and looking at a coaching future as well, the great man himself, Gary Lyon. From the St Kilda Football Club. He's got the new do, especially for tonight. Please welcome Peter Spider Everett. And ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the man who reckons he made the best decision of his life not going into politics at the weekend. From Geelong, Billy Brownless. And of course, as always, over by the bar, please welcome Trevor Marmalade. And the one, the only, the 300-game veteran from the Geelong Football Club. You know the details. Here he is, Mr. John Sammy Newman. Plenty to get through tonight, and of course the footy players review coming up a little bit later on the show. But boys, right off the top, the main talking point this week, of course, Aaron Hamill goes to the tribunal. Gets 2 weeks. Appeals, and suddenly 2 weeks becomes nothing. It's unbelievable for him. In fact, 4 weeks becomes nothing.
I reckon, I think it's fantastic news for Aaron Hamill and the Carlton Footy Club that he's able to play on the weekend. There'd be nothing worse than to miss a grand final. I do think he's been pretty fortunate. I do think maybe the tribunal were caught on the hop with the specialists that they brought in and the special evidence. Yeah, they know what was going on.
Do you think next year the AFL will actually have these guaranteed people, the specialists, on like tribunal basis, so they actually come up with a decision first week rather than going to an appeals tribunal.
Well, boys, I thought there was one great line that came from Aaron Hamill. He said, "I'd just like to thank everyone involved at the Carlton Football Club for putting such a great story together." And I'm really glad I got off.
What would happen, Eddie, if the roles were reversed and it was Dean Wallace at the appeals tribunal? Do you reckon he would have got off, or...?
Well, Bill, I suppose it has to be the fact that he got off on the evidence that was put forward, not on his the weight of his record. Probably had it been Dean Wallace, who got 4 weeks in the first place rather than 2. But Sam, what was your thoughts? I find it's a little bit difficult to... I think he should never have been rubbed out for a grand final, but I think he should have copped something, maybe a fine and a suspended sentence.
Well, absolutely, Ed. I mean, it just highlights the fact that the game is being overrun by peripheral interests. Why are we trying to rub all the good players out just on a whim when no one was injured? I mean, surely that's the criteria. We train to be physical, to be almost violent, to be brutal in a contact sport, enjoy the thrust and parry of it. The coaches insist that, and when it happens in a split second, we come down on them like a ton of bricks. Now, how did he ever get suspended in the first place? And how did the guy from the Brisbane Lions the week before, and a whole host of other people? Let's look, Ed. Let's look and see if people are injured for a start. That is the criteria, surely, not just on some spur-of-the-moment thing and say, oh, well, we better rub him out. It is a joke. It is. We are trying to actually have the game sanitised so much that no one will recognise it, surely.
Well, on a more positive note, of course, this week was a wonderful week for a man called Shane Crawford from the Footy Show. What a week it's been. Yeah, he's from the Footy Show. Apparently plays for Hawthorn as well. True.
I think you'll find his name's actually Shane Crawholden.
Yeah, exactly. Shane Crawholden of the Footy Show. Became the 4th Hawthorn player, the first individual, because the others shared their Brownlow medals, Cole Austin, Dipper and Johnny Platten, with other players, of course, but the first individual and amazingly the 3rd number 9 at Hawthorn to have won the Brownlow medal. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the one and only Shane Crawford. We're not going to let you get away with it. Can you just stand out the front here? We just want to get have a go at the gear he's got on now that he's the Brownlow medalist. Get out here. Get out there. Out there. Come on, give us a look at it. What do you got? What are they made of? It's not animal, is it?
Your wife actually bought them from me, Ed, so...
Very nice,
yeah, they're quite all right.
They are. They're magnificent.
What the hell are they?
No idea, but they're comfortable.
Croft, the medal around the neck. 3 days later, or 4 days later, how does it feel? What does it mean to you?
Yeah.
I think we just found out what it means to you.
I still haven't come down from, cloud 9. It's been a tremendous few days. It's been very hectic, but, I'm sure once Sunday does come, I'll sit back and have the day off and certainly reflect on how things have gone in the past 3 days.
So that's when you will come down from Cloud 9, is it?
I think so. Yeah. I hope so.
Now, Shane, I reckon you came down a fraction early. Is this true? Did you leave a venue and couldn't find a taxi the day after you won it and jumped on the back of a truck, hung on the back, and the truck never stopped at any red lights and you ended up jumping off it on the Westgate Bridge and running home 6 kilometres? Is that a fact?
That's not true at all. I don't know where you get that from.
So it was 5 kilometres.
No, I haven't done anything like that at all, but it's been a great few days and we certainly enjoyed it.
Thank you very much. And your dear old mum, God love her. I mean...
She's here tonight.
She's here tonight, Diane. Where's Diane?
Where's Mum?
There's Diane. Hello, Diane.
Hi, Shane.
And Diane, we've actually worked out the sound system so you can talk to each other tonight. Shane, what would you like to say to your mum? Gee, it's been a big week in Finley.
It has, a very big week. Apparently, after I did win, they were driving around. There's only a population of about 2,000 people, but apparently they were all out in their cars, driving around, bipping the horns, celebrating, so it's great to have fantastic support. And
Diane, what was it like for you sitting there the other night with all your friends around you, and of course the whole week, here you are tonight in front of 15,000 people and a couple of million people around Australia watching you. How do you feel about it all?
Thanks, Eddie. I was thrilled and honoured that Shane won it. And I thought he'd He really deserved it.
Was he a good boy, Diane? As a young boy, did he take his clothes off and drop the nappy behind and run around and things like that?
Every day.
Croft, if we were to believe what we read, you, for the last couple of years, have locked yourself away and you've almost become a monk. Your image has changed that much. You still got a bit of a larrikin side in you, or is you put that behind you forever now?
Oh, no, I still like to have a lot of fun, but I just think about what I do before I go and do it, whereas in the past I just do it and then think, oops, I shouldn't have done that. So it's just a maturing stage of my life at the moment.
Spider.
Yeah, what kind of, like you said the week, you've got much on grand final day. Has it been a real busy week for you?
What do you look like, man?
What
Look at you. What are you? What are you?
What is that?
Don't
It's a spider.
Is that it?
You're not happy with it, Sam?
I actually quite like it, but what is it?
It's some of my hair.
Dreadlocks. Sorry about that. Interrupted a very important question.
Yeah, no, I was just asking, do you think the Brownlow weeks have been as busy as what you thought leading up to it? You knew it was going to, you knew you were going in favourite. Has it been a big week for you in that way?
Yeah, it's been very hectic, but, I'm certainly very honoured and, I'm happy to do everything that
Caught the private
everyone wants me to do.
jet down on Tuesday?
Channel 7 private jet.
Yep, it was quite amazing. I got woken up, I got told I had to be in the limousine. They took me to the airport. I jumped on a private jet and flew straight to Melbourne, and there was more limousines ready to take me wherever I wanted to go, and it was quite amazing.
Is Kerry Stokes a humorous man? I mean, what would he have to laugh about, let's be honest, but is he a humorous man, the man that's running the 7 network? What did he chat to you about?
We actually didn't chat. I was asleep. I was trying to catch up on a bit of sleep, so no, he was very good to me and the people I was with, so I'm much appreciated.
Did he offer you a contract?
Anything?
A contract?
Yeah. Anything?
Yeah, a good contract, so hopefully Channel 9 can up my contract for the next year.
Well, that's what Ed does. Whenever Ed's contract comes up, he just goes over to 7 and 9 keep cranking it up. How high could your contract go, Ed?
And you start talking about contracts.
And did Shane, did you give your mother the ute? Has she got the ute? Dives it down there?
No. In today's Herald Sun, it said that I was giving my mum the ute. Well, that's not the case. I wouldn't do that to her. I'm giving her a nice family car because...
You'd be all right in Finley, a ute, driving around?
Yeah, no, she doesn't live on the farm. She's in town, so she doesn't really need it.
She'll drive a beautiful Holden, no doubt, Shane. Trip.
Is Finley in Tasmania?
No, mate.
Oh, sorry, did you say a ute, Billy? Oh, sorry, my mistake.
Ute. And you've got to thank Ray Carroll too, mate, the old Assumption College Kilmore coach there.
Yep, sure. I boarded at Assumption College from Year 10 through to Year 12, and Ray Carroll was a huge influence on the way things went for myself, and I still speak to him quite regularly, and, I certainly owe him a lot.
Croft, one final one. Obviously, as a footballer, you want to be a Hawthorn Premiership captain. Aside from all that, what's your sporting ambition left in life?
Don't say win a premiership for Hawthorn, mate.
Yeah, of course, I want to be involved in finals and hopefully, win a grand final, but also want to compete in the Hawaiian Triathlon. Once my career does come to an end, I want to train pretty hard and hopefully finish it, and and that'll probably end me. I'll be happy with all that.
Compete in an Hawaiian triathlon, mate. What, that's riding, running and swimming, is it?
Why?
That's a triathlon,
right.
yeah.
Why would you do that, Croft?
Why?
Why?
I was just trying to identify the events, Gary.
Look, Billy's been training for it for years now after his football career.
The only wine thing I have is the wine pizza, mate. That's
Shane, it's been fantastic. Trev, before we say goodbye to Shane.
Well, it's different from the usual footballer's triathlon, isn't it? What's that? Get pissed, punch a bouncer, grab a Sheila.
But Ed, we should say Shane's speech was fantastic, refreshing to see someone actually string a few words together and thank the right people, and you are a credit to your club and your dear old mum over there. You are.
Well done, Croft. Great to have you on the Footy Show this year, mate. Good luck for season 2000 as the reigning Brownlow medalist. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back with the best of street talk, but please thank the Brownlow medalist of 1999, Shane Crawford. More Footy Show right after this.
the simple way to a stunning new courtyard.
Without wasting money.
Jeff whips up the perfect fish and chips.
How's that for catch?
And at home with Aussie golfing great, Craig Parry.
I like my toys.
Burke's Backyard, Friday on With.
The Fresh Maker.
There's been a breakthrough in the control of fly strike for your sheep. Its name is Click. Click Spray-On provides long-term prevention of fly strike that lasts all season long. And in most cases, just the one application leaves you more time to do other things around the farm.
Like you, racing drivers depend on our cars being safe and reliable. Whether you're having your vehicle serviced, having those dents and scratches fixed, or buying a newer used car, look for the MTA sign. Because behind every MTA member is a code of ethics to give you better service and a safe, reliable vehicle. After all, aren't the most important things in life waiting at home? The MTA. Deal with someone you can trust.
Get home safely with the MTA.
Do you have a problem with your hearing? Do you have difficulty in understanding others at restaurants, parties, at work, in the outdoors, or just watching television and listening to music? Hearing aid specialists can help with hearing solutions to suit you. With the latest in digital hearing aids, the world of sounds becomes comfortable and gives you the confidence you need. These incredible hearing aids are so small, no one knows you're wearing them. They automatically boost soft sounds without amplifying loud sounds. The friendly team at Hearing Aid Specialists in Wagga also visit most Riverina towns. Make an appointment today.
For the best gardens in the district, use the best equipment. Aaron's. With 65 years in the business and a 5-year guarantee, Aaron's is the right choice. Trade up now to a new Aaron Sierra tractor or take a look at the new Aaron Zero Turning Radius Mower. For great deals on Aaron's equipment, see your all-power garden machinery centre.
Hey, It's Saturday presents the world-exclusive release of the new Michael Hutchins single. Plus, the latest from Jennifer Lopez. From London, Jerry Halliwell and the Wiggles. Hey, It's Saturday at the special time 7:30.
Found someone to open the Olympics. Well, I'll have a stab at it. How are you, madam?
Good, thank you.
When was the last time you had any dealings with pussies?
It's been quite a while, Savvy. The girlfriend's in London at the moment.
Is she? What's she doing over there?
Travelling, working.
Yeah? And couldn't find a ticket for your good self to...
No.
And what
Different priorities.
What have you been doing while she's been gone?
Doing the washing by hand.
I was lucky, Sam. I'm thrilled, actually. I'm absolutely thrilled to bits. It's a huge honour.
It was a special night.
It was very special.
This woman now, she didn't mind if I put my shoes under her bed. Would you mind?
I don't mind, mate. She's
Give her a fair seeing too. Would that be okay?
Yeah.
You think she could handle me?
Come back to my place and borrow the bed.
Got a spare bedroom?
Yeah.
Have you? What do you think about that? Would you like to really be on street talk? I'll make it talk if we get back to East Joint. You'll talk out of openings you ever knew could breathe or speak. As you can see, two types of lions here. The Indian lion, which hunts in packs and mainly moves at night. And, of course, then there's the one lying down there with the crook back. That's the Gary lion who just lies around doing stuff all.
Pretty good, Sam. That's all I can say.
Hey?
You have to be pretty good,
I'm a human dynamo for about 8 seconds, man.
Yeah, I've heard all about you, mate.
Are you feeling frisky today?
I feel like shit, mate. I'm sick.
Thank you, Princess Grace. You want a gold medal or a silver medal for attempt?
No, these ones, I'll show you. These ones are lubricated, right? See what you do is you put it over like this. Right? Oh, it broke!
All right, senorita. See?
That's not what he said before. He said, Buenos noches, senorita. I said, Lou, please, if you're going to speak in the Spanish tongue, see if you can get it right.
Senorita, a little bit loco. That's Spanish for madness. Loco.
You ever seen a dwarf drive a Mercedes before? This could be Mini Mick.
Kill the council?
I am, madam. I'm coming down. I'm masquerading as a council person. You got any problems at all we can fix for you?
Our street up here needs the
Pavement?
Pavement, yeah, and where the trees grow out.
The roots have uprooted the bitumen.
Yeah, could you report that?
I will. Yeah, what street is that?
Horsley
Just up
Avenue,
there.
yes.
Oh, Hornsby.
Horsley?
Horsley.
Yeah, you should know if you're from the council.
Every street intimately, madam. Is anything else you'd like to say?
Oh, no, I enjoy watching the footy show all the time and that.
Yeah. Well, you'd be one of our demographic. You're the average person that watches the show, are you?
Yeah, I have a good laugh all the time. Especially when you go and interview all them stupid idiots in Adelaide. They haven't got a brain at all.
Oh, dear me. No trees growing into the power lines or anything like that?
Could be.
Need to be pruned?
Yes. Yeah, it could
that
be.
too?
Yes, yeah. Okay, what's your name?
My name's Frank.
Okay, Frank, thanks a lot.
Thanks.
Why have you got the cameras on?
Well, because we want to record all the complaints that we have, and then we have a council meeting and we decide, we prioritise which we should fix first. Your road and footpath will be first on the list, madam.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Welcome back to the Footy Show, live from Melbourne Park. Sam Newman with the best of Street Talk. And now, of course, it is time for Sam's Mailbag.
Well, now, Ed, we did see that woman who thought I was from the council. And I think it's, look, her name is, she wrote into us, Margaret Scully. And I think it's just worth another look, just recap. Coming down, I'm masquerading as a council person. You got any problems at all we can fix for you?
Our street up here needs the
Pavement?
Pavement, yeah, and where the trees grow out.
The roots have uprooted the bitumen.
Yeah, could you report that?
I will. Yeah, what street is that?
Horsley
Just up there.
Avenue, yes.
Oh, Hornsby.
Horsley?
Horsley.
Yeah, you should know if you're from the council.
Yeah, so she wrote in it, and she looked very nice writing too. She's obviously no dill. She said, about 3 weeks ago, Sam Newman was in Carlisle Street, Balaclava, interviewing people. At the time, I did not know who Mr. Newman was. I thought he was from our council. However, my friends told me he was on the football show, and I'm writing to ask if I could get a tape of that particular show. I am told it was really good. My friends tell me that I must be the only person in Australia who does not know Mr. Newman. Margaret Scully. P.S. The footpath is still not fixed.
Well done, Margaret.
Yeah, good on you, Margaret. Now, Ed, this is a serious note, and we're very happy to help here. This is from the HMAS Darwin, care of the Warships Mail. Brendan Woodsell sent this in. We are currently on deployment to East Timor, and of course will not be able to view your final show for the year. Could we have a tape of the show sent to us so that the whole ship's company may view it? Now, Ed, isn't that nice? The Footy Show wishes all our armed forces and all the personnel currently deployed in East Timor the very best, and we'll certainly send a tape of the show over.
Absolutely, and in fact...
send a stamp addressed
what about
envelope,
for
we'll send it over.
all our service people? What about 3 cheers for our forces on deployment at the moment? Hip hip! We'll send over the tape.
Now, look, Ed, we must thank everyone we've had an unprecedented number of letters in this year, an unprecedented number, and we really thank people for writing in, and we can't return all the, answer them all. 80% of the letters we got abused me. Of the 20% left, this was a breakdown, half wanted their name mentioned on the show, 30% wanted to know why the interstate sides were on last, 15% of the letters wanted to know why you're so fat, but, I mean... you've trained off now, Ed. But this was the actual tenet of the letters, and 5% were illegible. We just couldn't read them, written in by obviously morons. But we got 854,000 letters saying why was Collingwood so mentioned so much. Well, something like that. Now, finally, we had trouble, Ed. We did have trouble getting players for the grand final show. David Parkin and Dennis Pagan insisted we have players, and we said no, we don't interrupt their preparation. So we thought that we'd show you a couple of players. Now, what would be better? Now, just a minute. This is what's known as body painting, Ed. Yeah. Apparently those Sheilas have nothing on, but the paint's just covering the woofer and everything else. What would be better than seeing these players in this poster?
I don't know what.
Seeing these players on this stage now, Ed. And we've got them here. And here they are. Put that there. Come over here. Is this is Kate.
All right, Kate.
And Bryony, I know what your name is, Bryony. Now, Ed, do you want a seat? Yeah, have a seat. Yeah, look, sit down there. Yeah, sit down there. We couldn't mic them up. We couldn't mic them up, Ed, or else if we did, they'd have 4 mics. But Ed, we asked Barb if she could come out body painted, and we rang Taubmans, and they said no way. So, what do you think of this as a replacement for, say, Mick Martin or anyone else from the Carlton side? You reckon Dean Rice looked this good, Ed? Now, are you actually interested in the football at all, Bryony?
To be honest?
To be honest, yeah, to be honest.
Yes,
just there's no batteries in it, just speak into it.
Well,
sorry about that. No, I didn't have to get one anywhere. I'd have been jocular. Shut up, Bill, I'm speaking to some...
Why do you get them all?
Eh?
Why do you get them all?
Well, ask him a question.
It's a bit cold in here, is it, Sam?
Yeah. I'm letting these go, Ed, for $500 a minute down on the front tables there if anyone wants to have a look. You want to have a look? Well, do you actually going to the game? This is taking body painting to the extremes. Would you be going to the game like this?
No, definitely not.
Bryony?
Kate.
Kate, right. I thought the Carlton one was Kate. Sorry about that. I'm sorry. Kate, I'm sorry.
Sam, I know that 2.5 million people would love to watch your modus operandi over Friday night down at the Steakhouse in action here, but can we get on with the footy show?
Righto, Ed. Well, anyhow, give Bryony and Kate a round of applause.
Good on you, girls.
Just stay there. Feel free to stay.
No.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thanks, girls.
Thank you very much indeed. Appreciate that. Kate, very nice to see you.
Sam. Well, I can officially tell you, boys, that wasn't on the rundown, that's for sure. Trev?
Yes, and don't forget to look out for Sam's new book, Women Are From Venus and Men Are Complete Bastards.
Is that it for the mailbag?
The mailbag, Ed. Now,
are we finished with it?
Yeah, I've finished with the mailbag, Ed.
Okay.
And,
well, there's another big game, of course, happening on Sunday, and that is the NRL Grand Final with Melbourne's own Storm taking on St George Illawarra. And it gives me great pleasure now to welcome 2 of the Storm boys onto centre stage tonight, Matt Geyer and Richard Swain joining us tonight. Well done, fellas. Congratulations. Yeah, we'll leave the poster there. Congratulations, fellas. A magnificent performance last weekend. The big game, St George Illawarra, the combined side. Of course, St George, one of the most famous teams in the country. How do you feel about going up to Sydney to take them on in their own backyard?
Yeah, I'd rather be doing that than have been recovering from the Mad Monday, but no, we're really looking forward to it. We're only a 2-year-old team, and they're a merged team of St George and Illawarra, so they're virtually only 1-year-old, so it's two very young teams going at it this weekend.
It would be fair to say that it would really tick them off if Melbourne actually won the flag and it came back here. I mean, you know, like taking it out of the rugby league stronghold, wouldn't it?
I suppose.
I suppose Victoria's very much like Brisbane these days. Sydney people don't like Brisbane people winning, so I think, you know, it's starting up in Victoria. They don't like us winning, so I don't think Fatty Vorton would like us to win.
Well, let's find out, because we're going to do what you guys are doing on Sunday. We're going to crash into our Sydney version of the footy show, who have got a do-on tonight at Star City. Let's cross into Fatty Vorton now, and Fatty, we're coming to get that premiership, mate. There you go, Fatty.
G'day, Fatty.
Fat.
Here they were, some of the great Falcons, but we're getting a bit of mail that the Melbourne Footy Show have joined us, have they?
Yes, we have, Fat, and we're coming down to take your premiership as well, mate. Good to see you.
Yes, Eddie Maguire, there he is. Eddie, who wants to be a millionaire?
That's the way, mate. Hey, Fat. Unfortunately, you haven't got a lifeline tonight, Fatty. But, Fatty, by the way, how many people have you got there tonight at the Rugby League show?
We've got at least 25,000 here tonight.
Yeah. Good to see the Sydney show has got a Rugby League style crowd of 1,500, and we have, of course, 15,000 here in Melbourne in AFL style.
Now, Fat. You're listening, Fat? Now, Fat, I've seen you vomit at functions that I've been to with you, but would it actually make you puke if the Melbourne Storm won the pennant?
Hi, Sammy!
Oh, God.
What's doing, Sam?
Did you hear that?
I didn't hear you.
You didn't hear. Would it make you puke if the Storm actually won, Fat?
No, mate, it's down to the wire. It's the last two teams, and if they won, no drama at all.
Well, hang on, Sam. How would you feel if a Sydney team won the AFL, if the Kangaroos take it out?
Sterlo, how are you, mate?
I'm good, Sam.
Fat, Sterlo and Blocker sounds like a Balmain knock shop. Where are you? What are you doing?
Well, you know, Sam, you've been to a couple in your time.
I tell you what, I'm coming up to actually watch the game, travelling up with the lads, a little bit of hospitality there, and we'll pump you, Fat.
I'll give you one tip.
You moron.
Tell him.
You absolute idiot.
Hey, Fatty, while you're there, of course, we have Matt Guy with us and also Richard Swain.
I've heard about you. Actually, he'd be bringing, what, white number 6 or 7 this time, Sam, is it? Or...
What, of me own?
Yeah.
You keep your missus locked up, Fat.
We need a lifeline. Give us a tip. Kangaroos or the Blues?
Well, we think we can give you an absolute certainty, Fat, that the winning coach's initials will be DP. See if you can work that out.
That might take a while, Sammy.
Fellas, is Blocker mute? Have you...
Enjoy your show today tonight. Please thank the boys from the Melbourne Footy Show.
And let's thank the boys up in Sydney and wish the Melbourne Storm all the very best. Fellas, doesn't that make you feel very much at home in Melbourne now, all of a sudden? You wouldn't want to be part of that, would you?
Oh, we feel very much at home in Melbourne anyway. We Melbourne people have really welcomed us with open arms, and we feel very much part of the city. We hopefully we can sort of become everybody's second team. If you don't follow a AFL team or whichever team you do follow, you can always follow the Storm because we are your team.
Yeah, we're... Rugby league, it's a pretty, I don't know if it's a bum steer or not, but their reputation's taken a bit of a hammering in recent times. What would your attitude be to, say, having a beer midweek, for instance, leading up to the grand final?
Of course, having a beer before. Of course, we're having a beer at the back.
Oh, that's what I'm getting to here.
Oh, so what do you just ask him that?
Well, did you have a beer out the back here before?
Yeah, just fine.
Just no problem?
Certainly.
No, yeah, it's as long as it's not too close to the game. Like, you know, like we don't like we have a beer after a game. We have a beer after a game. You know, we
Spiders changing code.
He's you want to go to rugby league, do you? Trev?
No, the boys are very disciplined, Gary. At half-time, only 4 or 5 cans each.
Never a six-pack.
Boys, good luck for Sunday. It's going to be a wonderful game. Do Melbourne proud and fantastic in your second year. Please thank Matt Geyer and Richard Swain. From the Melbourne Storm. When we come back, we're going to look at the 1999 AFL Grand Final with a special guest right after this on The Footy Show.
As the century ends, League's new era begins. Two new clubs come head-to-head on League's biggest day, and it's all Sydney versus Melbourne. Could the Treasure Trophy be heading south? Find out when the NRL Grand Final Marathon starts noon Sunday, with kick-off in the big one, live and commercial-free at 3. The 1999 NRL Grand Final. St George Illawarra take on the Melbourne Storm on Win Television.
With a savings maximizer, you can earn a high 4.25% per annum, with no fixed term, no minimum deposit, and no bank fees. So start saving like you've never saved before. Call ING Direct now on 1-800-133-464. Who says all banks are the same?
What are local communities doing with the federal government's $1.5 billion Natural Heritage Trust Fund?
Dryland salinity and erosion is a major problem in our area. Through the Natural Heritage Trust Fund, the federal government is helping us with revegetation and the prevention of soil degradation.
With funding from the federal government's Natural Heritage Trust, we are surveying native bird species, protecting their habitat and planting new areas of vegetation to bring back the birds to the Holbrook region.
For years, rubbish like this has been polluting beaches like Bondi, and the community wanted it stopped. Now, with the help of the Natural Heritage Trust, we're putting in stormwater traps to stop the pollution.
Thousands of projects like these are being funded now and into the next century. To apply or to find out more, free call 1-800-065-823 and discover how your community can get things done with the help of the Natural Heritage Trust. Helping communities, helping Australia.
Authorised by the Commonwealth Government, Canberra.
Wanted? Your car for outright sale or trade-in to Hillis Ford's used car division now. Hillis Ford need more quality stock of these vehicles. EV to EF Falcon, VP to VS Commodore, 91 to 96 Festiva, 89 to 94 Telstar, Nissan Pulsar, Mazda 626 and 323, Corollas and other late model vehicles. Remember, this is not just for trade-in. Hillis Ford are desperately short of stock and want supplies of these cars now. Call into the Hammond Avenue used car showroom with your vehicle for an immediate appraisal. Hillis Ford, Hammond Avenue, Wagga, 6921 1777.
Welcome back to the Footy Show, live from Melbourne Park. Let's talk about the 1999 AFL Grand Final, the game that counts as we get stuck into it now. And, well, we spoke earlier about Aaron Hamill, how he would feel the luckiest man in Melbourne at the moment. One man who would feel very disappointed, you'd have to say it'd have to be the, not so much the unluckiest because he did the crime and now he's doing the time, but that's Jason McCartney, who'll miss out through suspension from the North Melbourne Football Club. Let's welcome Jason McCartney onto the stage. Jason. Jason, I can ask you, how many times have you relived that split second where you followed through and connected, unfortunately?
Yeah, well, it's been a very long week, Ed. I suppose I've gone over it a million times, and unfortunately you don't get your time again, and I've got to live with that now, and that's the unfortunate part is being suspended. You let your teammates down. Going into a grand final, and as I said, I'm going to have to live with that, take it to my grave.
Well, Jason, I said at the start that this game's about reflexes. Was it a reflex action, or did you just think, well, look, I can't resist?
No, definitely not that I can't resist. I suppose, I think in the last couple of years since I've been at North Melbourne, I've really been able to turn my whole game around, the way I've play the game, and it's just one of those split-second things. I was obviously, when you look at the replay, I was late, but I suppose it's a technique thing with my
late and ill-directed, mate.
Ill-directed, yeah. That's, I spoke to Dennis, and we've been working throughout last year, and a technique thing with my spoiling that has cost me dearly.
Jace, you've played every practice match, you were saying backstage, every game. You had to come here and front up to all these people. You didn't get the warmest reception. Did you have any second thoughts about coming here?
Well, I suppose with what's happened, I can't hide from it. It's done, and like I said, that's going to be with me now. And you know, So I thought it was best to front up, and as hard as it was all week training, the boys and the club has been fantastic, and I thought the best thing to do was really face up the music.
Jace, just an update on Anthony Stevens' ankle. He trained, what, for 10 minutes tonight?
No, we trained for about half an hour tonight, and Steve did probably 20, 25 minutes. He went off just before the last drill and he got through. He's worked really hard all week, and there's no doubt he'll play, yeah, for sure.
I missed out 2 years ago. You're going to miss out, obviously, this weekend. Are you going to have an active role in the club over the weekend, or how are you going to watch the game?
Basically, my involvement will just, I'll get down the rooms as when Dennis and the guys have the meeting, be in the meeting and just be around the rooms, and at half-time, you know, I've been there all throughout the year, and I really feel it's my duty to be there. We've got some young guys playing that haven't played a lot of footy, and if I can play a part in helping them out, I will.
Well, Jason, stick with us because we'll cross out now to a Carlton player. Of course, he's been a part of the footy show right throughout the year. Please welcome Glenn Manson to the show.
G'day, Ed. How are we?
Well, Glenn, are you pinching yourself? Not only you being there, of course, particularly after the build-up last week and your comments and John Elliott's comments right throughout the week, particularly on the footy show, and then to get up and beat the Bombers by a point. What did it feel like?
It was fantastic, Ed, and it was fantastic to get it through it without another profanity. So if we can look forward to a weekend's game similar to last week's, we will all be doing well.
Now, Glenn, how can you tell your fans that you haven't already played your grand final?
Oh, look, Sam, the simple fact is that this week is actually called the grand final, so I'll be telling the fans that.
Very good, Gazza. What about... You've been on the footy show all year, mate, on a Thursday night. Was there any chance you're going to pop in here and see us tonight?
No, I think I'll leave it up to you in there tonight, Gary. You'll be able to hold the fort quite admirably, I'm sure.
Any additions to the body if you're able to win the premiership Saturday night?
Look, I'll take those steps as they come.
Glenn, what about all the hoo-ha this week with Aaron Hamill? Tonight at training, every time he went near the ball, he got a magnificent ovation.
Look, the supporters are right behind Aaron, as to the club, and I'd like to make a point that neither team likes to see players miss by injury, suspension or admission, so we just wish both teams all the best for the weekend. All right, well, let's have a look at both teams for the 1999 AFL Grand Final, and first off, let's have a look at the Kangaroos lineup, and great to see John Longmire in there. And Jason, I suppose your disappointment is young Mooney's joy, and he's back into the side after missing out the preliminary final.
Yeah, Cam's really come along in leaps and bounds this year, and you know, he had the disappointment of being omitted after the first final, and he's worked hard through the last couple of weeks, and he's got his opportunity, so good luck to him.
Let's have a look at the North Melbourne lineup. In the back line, it's Pickett, Martin and Archer. The halfbacks are Pike, Longmire, centre halfback, and King. The centres are Grant. Anthony Stevens in the side, trained tonight and has been given the tick. He will be tested over the next 2 days. And of course, North Melbourne will see how his ankle comes up tomorrow morning. Blakey on the wing, playing his 299th game of football. The half forwards are Welsh, Carey and Abraham. The forwards are Harvey, McKernan and Scholl. The followers are Capuano, Simpson and Bell. The interchange, Allison, Clayton, Mooney and Shannon Motloff gets his chance for premiership glory in his first season of football. Sam, it looks like a pretty strong side.
Well, it looks a sensational side. Obviously, Carey is the man. We've mentioned him all the time. 2 or 3 players, they'll have to make sure that they're thereabouts when he plays, because he is the key, although it would be encouraging that he had an ordinary game in relative terms last time out, and they still won.
Well, interesting just mentioning that, Sam, that Wayne Carey's kicked a total of 6 goals against the Blues in those last 5 outings.
Is that right?
So he's only kicked 6 out of 5. Now, Spider, going into this game,
No, I
the
was just
Kangaroos
going to say
have... Sorry, mate, I'll just finish what I was saying there. Kangaroos have defeated Carlton on the last 5 occasions by an average of 39 points.
Here you go.
Thanks, Ed. Now, Jason, Johnny Longmire, it's going to be obviously a fantastic opportunity for himself, who's obviously fought through all the hard times and all that. He'd be pretty excited at this stage. You've had a chance, obviously, to catch up with him in that way.
Yeah, it's great for John. A lot of people have been talking maybe with the sentiment fact, but John really deserves his spot. He's worked hard. He dislocated his elbow, or had trouble with his elbow about 4 or 5 weeks ago. a lot of people wrote him off, but knowing John, he straight back into it the next day, and he's got his opportunity, and to play 200th game, it's fantastic.
Yes, I was about to say, 200th game for John Longmire and 100th for Peter Bell, everybody. Good luck to the horse. Okay, let's have a look at the Carlton lineup now. You have to feel for Adam White and Simon Fletcher, two players who, well, Adam White didn't get much of a run last week, and young Fletcher's been a revelation this year, but both of them have been omitted for Franchina and Hickmott, who comes through, having got through I think it was a grade 1 hamstring tear that put him out last week. Let's have a look at the Carlton lineup. Rice, Silvani, Franchina, McKay, Sexton, Nelson. The centres are Camporelli, Koutafidis and Massey. The half forwards are Hamill, Whitnell and Bradley. The forwards are Lappin, Manton at full forward picked in tonight's side, and Murphy. The followers are Allen, Ratton and Brown, and the interchange Beaumont. Christo gets in there again, Hickmott, and Hoggy gets a run as well. It's a pretty dynamic Carlton side. And Glenn, we see you at full forward in a grand final.
Well, that's a very interesting position for me to play, but I must make note, Eddie, that in a week of celebration of football and, you know, obviously the game culminating the week, Thursday night's a very heartfelt night with players being omitted from the team, and I just want to point out that the entire club and the support staff and the supporters are right behind those two players.
Glenn, you've lost 11 games this year, which is the most by any side ever if you win the grand final, so you're going to create a bit of history there. I mean, now that you've got there, do you feel like it's a different season altogether? I mean, you've battled throughout the year, just winning, you know, well, losing 11 games, as I said. Now that you're there, do you just think that things are on a roll for the Carlton side?
Look, I can't put it in words how we got there. We really did take it 1 week at a time. Some weeks were up, some weeks were down, obviously, but the last 2 weeks we've gelled together as a team and played team football, not relying on individuals to get us across the line. I could probably throw in 3 or 4 more cliches, but I'm basically out.
Jason, could I ask you, Jason, who do you think would present the most problem for North Melbourne or the Kangaroos in that Carlton side?
I'd have to say definitely Carlton's midfield is very strong, and that's where the game starts, as you know, Sam. And back line is very settled, and in the last couple of weeks, the way they've, I suppose, restructured and resurrected their forward line. But definitely the midfield. Matty Allen in the ruck, that's where it all starts.
He's the key, no doubt about that, the Allen key, no worries. And it'll be interesting to see if Capuano will play on Matty or if McKernan will go with him.
You'd have to give Capuano the first
crack at him.
And
Allen carved him up the last time these two teams played.
Yes,
absolutely belted him.
He'll play on him to start with, and I think no doubt this game will be won and lost in the midfield, in the centre there. And the injury cloud over Steve is going to play a major role, and I think if Allen can get McKernan onto him by exploiting Capuano, I think...
Carey, who'll play on Carey?
Koutafidis will get the first crack at him, I would have thought.
Koutafidis?
Yes. Silvani will play full back and probably pick Carey up. In fact, I forgot about it. What about Hickmott? I mean, that's a huge punt they're taking. 10 to 14 days for a hamstring, 21 days basically is the usual time.
Well, Glenn, how did he go at training tonight, Hickmott?
Oh, look, Hickey always trains at 110%. I didn't see any difference in the way he trained tonight, so I can only imagine that he is 100%, and the medical staff have cleared him and the coaching staff have cleared him.
OK, boys, who's going to win, Bill?
He's playing a grand final, of course he's 100%.
Yeah, look, I think Kangaroos, but Simon Fletcher and White, you've got to feel sorry for them being omitted. They've been there most of the year, so I just think the Kangaroos will overpower them.
I reckon Carlton. No, it's a big decision. I think it's going to be a very close game, a lot closer than what people predict. And I don't know, just looking at the two pieces of paper, the two sides, I like Carlton.
I reckon 2 days ago Carlton was shot. All of a sudden their forward line's been improved enormously with Hickmott and Hamill back on the side. Just means that they're going to be far more competitive, but they'll still get beaten.
Jason, what do you think your team will win?
I just think even us all over, and a lot of, you know, the story, no Carey, no Kangaroos, but Wayne missed games early in the year, and we were probably down to that stage, and we were able to win games without him. just the contribution of, I think the big factor is Corey McKernan's form of this year and especially last week.
And what about the magnificent way that North Melbourne got Wayne Carey out of going to the Brownlow, saying he had back spasms on Monday, but he was beautiful tonight. No worries at all there. Glenn, why will your team win?
Oh, look, I think it's a simple case of teamwork. If we rely on individuals, as I alluded to earlier, we'll no doubt lose. But if we work together as a team and get across the line by a point again, we'd take that. And look, anything can happen in a grand final. I think there'll be a myriad of changes both on and off the field and before the game. And we just have to look forward to a good game from both teams.
Well, Glenn, of course, your tag team partner last week was John Elliott, who had a bet with Sam on the radio last weekend on 3AW, Sam. And, well, Big John is stumped up in Toorak tonight, just relaxing, sitting back with a gasper in his hand and a scotch. He's been gagged by Jeff Kennett as well. But we do have the better half of the Elliott family. Please welcome Amanda Elliott tonight to collect on the bet.
Hi, Amanda. What an extraordinarily good-looking woman. What actually do you see in Jack? So just a joke.
Isn't it obvious?
It is obvious. He's very charismatic. Now, I lost $1,000, and you can tell him if he's listening, I'll give him 5,000 to 1 that they won't do it again. If they win, I'll give him 5,000. So
not 5,000 to 1.
Well, I'll give him $5,000, double or nothing for $5,000. Now, do you want the money? There's the money. There's $1,000. In fact, look, there it is there. That's it there. So there you are.
You told me to count it.
Well, you start counting it. That's $5,000 right there. You can take that back to Jack. That'll keep him in parking meter money for the rest of his life.
Sorry, how much was it?
That's $1,000 there. Yeah.
Well, actually, John said not to come home without 2,000 because you actually doubled it on the wireless and we were listening.
You were listening?
He waved at you and went like that and said, I'll take the bets now.
Well, you'll have to do a bit more than stand here for if I'm going to give you another 1,000. What do you think? You ever been into body painting? Would you like me to... Look, I've got this thing here. Would you like me to do a bit of body painting on you?
Not specially,
Not
no.
specially. Well, all right. Well, look, I'll tell you what. Here's another 1,000. Right, there you are. Now, there's $2,000, Amanda.
Oh, you're joking.
Well, there, it's yours. Now, if you can get it off the table before we go to the next break, it's yours.
Amanda, can we ask you, how's John feeling? He's at home tonight. I was speaking to him today. He was very towy.
Yeah, he's roped and tied to a very heavy chair with a large piece of tape across his mouth at the moment.
And last night you had the coach and everybody round at your house. You had to serve dinner?
Yep, we did. Actually, we've got some people at home for dinner tonight, so John's probably washing up at this stage.
Well, Amanda, why are you going to win? John's washing up.
Well, you know, he might be. Big baby. What are you doing?
Trev, what do you think?
The catch for Amanda is that she has to carry it home with a really small shovel.
That was last week.
I can't get this home.
Well, that's it. That's fine.
No.
$2,000.
You know what else we'll do for you? We'll fill his nose of gold dust. Do you want that, or do you want the $2,000 coins?
Yes.
Bit of a line ball, that one. I don't know, Billy. What do you suggest?
I'd have his nose full of gold dust. It must be.
Do you get embarrassed sometimes? Do you get embarrassed with some of the things he says? You must wince every now and again.
Not often.
He started drinking heavily, we've noticed.
Only when he has to appear on the footy program. You see, you make him so nervous, Sam.
Amanda, good luck for the weekend. Send our regards to John back there at Toorak doing the washing up. I'd love to see that.
He's probably watching.
I hope he is. Amanda, thanks very much for joining us. Jason, once again, our commiserations for you personally, but it is a team game and you've played a wonderful part of North Melbourne's success in season 1999. Good luck for the year, mate. And to Glenn Manton, who's playing, of course. Glenn, all the very best for you and the Blue Baggers.
Thank you. Sorry, Ed. Just massaging Amanda. No, you stay there.
Leave Amanda alone there, Sam. Okay, I'm under instructions from John to keep an eye on you. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a huge year for the man behind the bar. Let's recap on some of the great moments of Trevor Marmalade in '99.
Congratulations too. I want to congratulate you. I think the New Year's Eve game, I think that's a fantastic initiative. Yeah. I think you should take a step further though. I think we get 80,000 Carlton and Collingwood supporters inside the MCG, then we lock the gates. That's only part one of the plan. That's only part one of the plan. Then about 3 a.m. we open the gates and we send one cab.
I reckon none of them had a good reason for not being there.
So 7 Geelong captains didn't turn up.
7.
Now, those 7 captains, were they all from the same season? So, Molly, were we interrupting something? You could have got changed before you left. I mean, everyone's been saying to me all week, what are you going to do now you can't bag Collingwood? And we're going, well, wait a week.
Trev?
Well, much like Napoleon, you haven't had much luck yourself with the winter campaigns.
There they are, the Kangaroos side. Won by 28 points last week against Collingwood. Trev?
Yeah, danger game. Always difficult when you're coming off the bye. So what do they finish up calling the Docklands then?
The Colonial Stadium.
Damn. I registered Tina Arena. I just want to follow up on another point. Dermot Burton came out this week and said that you need $1 million to coach the club. I want to say, Dermot, $1 million. I mean, they only want you to coach, not plug it on the radio. Yeah, well, the AFL's not going to list Whiskers, and the following players also will not be listed by the AFL. Primus, Scholl, Clayton, Lyon, Buick, Simpson, Campbell, Clark, Cousins, or the McDonalds. And Freo are allowed to pick only one of either Fletcher or Jones.
Richo, how much does Leon have to cough up to keep you? 700,000 has been the figure this week.
I've just asked for a pathfinder and that'll about do me, I think.
Trev?
Yes, Richo, the 700,000 is yours to keep, or you can risk the lot and go to Collingwood. Of course, the mighty Roos, are we travelling?
Yes.
1 10 in a row. Haven't quite hit our straps yet, apparently.
No.
But playing against North, it's like going to McDonald's, mate. You might think you've won, but you haven't really.
Port Adelaide's been great, and with Wanganeen this weekend, I think he's going to improve their run out of there, and I think they're going to really put the pressure on the Cats.
Yeah. Trev, what do you reckon?
I reckon it'll be an absolute blockbuster. How many people are going to be there? 20, 30, 35 maybe? I'll tell you, Bill, I'll tell you this week, Bill, if you put your ear up to Shell Stadium, you will hear the ocean.
You roll this clip, you're not going to believe this promo.
The most
So
amazing
man,
video,
elephant,
the one people will be talking
and maybe
about.
he's got and head. His wife started shaking hands. I mean, imagine from the guy's point of view, I kept thinking of that scene from Indiana Jones where the boulder. Anyway, you can figure it out.
Here's the best of Trev Marmalade in season 1999. And Trev, just before we go, mate, as a North Melbourne fan, how are you feeling about this week?
Well, look, honestly, Ed, how am I feeling? Well, after last year, we can't be too overconfident, but I think we'll be too strong. I think we'll get over them. What do you think, Roo boys out there? That's the way.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, it's the best of cameos and the player review for 1999. That's coming up shortly on The Footy Show.
In search of their destiny.
This is where I came from. I have a duty to put something back.
The remarkable story of a brother and sister.
So good to be back.
And their journey through life.
You could go anywhere with your face, be anything.
They want us to adopt you.
As they face temptation.
Do you believe in fate?
It's farewell to innocence.
You love me too. I can feel it.
You mustn't say these things.
Claudia Carvin and Andrew McFarlane.
You cannot leave me.
The Violent Earth continues Friday on Win Television.
Arrived. We're just about ready now for Heat 5 of the women's 400 metres. As we see Veron over in lane 1, next to her, Ben Hero in 2. The next 4 fastest times go through to the quarterfinals. And here she is, the Australian Jessica Colton from Gundagai in lane 5. It's going to be a huge boost for her. I mean, it's going to lift her early and hopefully carry her over the line. That's the support that she's going to get.
Wonderful time she's run in the lead up to this. This really is a culmination of so much hard work. There'll be so many people wishing her well here today.
Go, girl. Well, they work a lifetime for this. There's no tomorrow. It's this moment.
Well, Bruce, I really don't think it matters where she comes in this race. She's fought really hard, and you know she's going to be running her heart out.
Here we go. They're set.
Recycling is taking junk and giving it new life.
Recycling is a scavenger hunt that engages the mind and the spirit.
God was recycling when he took the dust of the earth and made it into man.
Recycling is making two ordinary pieces of wood into a cross and seeing it as a symbol of resurrection.
Recycling is that spark of insight that changes common and familiar things into the new creation.
Welcome back to the Footy Show, and Sam, a magnificent sight here tonight at Melbourne Park.
It is, Ed.
12 to 15,000 people here.
Yeah, it's sensational.
Well, of course, one of the highlights of the 99 season in the last couple of years has been the cameo section of the show. So, Sam, for the first time in 1999, let's see if you can get the throw to the cameos right.
Right, Ed. Well, we're going to roll through the contenders and then we're going to show the winner, are we? Is that what we do?
Let's have a look at the cameos.
Big, bad Barry Hall in a junior karate tournament. Barry's the one in the green singlet. Next is someone you know, Ed, that you took the urine out of a couple of weeks ago.
Tony, what's it like to meet a great man like Alan Border? I taught him a few skills when he was a kid. I just taught him how to bat a bit. Do you reckon he should remain captain of Australia or someone else?
North duo Glenn Archer and Robert Scott. The musical director, Tony Woods.
Do one with the pants down. Do a brown party dog. Get all the buildings.
The patron saint of the cameos segment, Dermot Tiger Woods Brereton.
You idiot! What? Oh, my side's gone. What style?
Hang on, you'll get there. Okay.
This has gone Happy Gilmore.
North's Adam Simpson batting in the backyard in a cricket game in his Bendigo days.
Bye, mate. Bye.
He says stay, there's no run. He's down. He's down. He's down. He's hurt. That really hurt when he could get around that area. Like he's wearing a box.
Well, they were fantastic cameos right the way through the season, and that was our lucky winner there, Sam.
A winner.
And we win.
We win. We win a Vectra, a Holden Vectra, Ed, just for that. And here it comes. What are you doing?
We're giving away the Vectra.
We're not giving away this Vectra, Melinda. This is the one we're racing in Bathurst, you idiot.
Oh.
Get it off the stage.
Well, I was going to give away your Vectra.
And move it off. Russell Ingall is bringing on the proper Vectra.
And coming on with Russell Ingall is our winners tonight, and that is Wayne Fiddler and his brother Adrian, and Russell Ingall drives in the actual Vectra car. Congratulations. Put your hands together for our winners of cameos. Good on you.
Congratulations. Now say hello to Russell Ingall, the winner of the Ipswich 500 last week. Fantastic, mate, in the Larry Perkins Castrol racing team. That's the one, thank you, Sam. Fantastic. And what about the Vectra? We raced those little piss farters while you were in the big V8s, mate.
Absolutely.
Nice.
I've sussed you out at a couple of races, Sam. You're going very well
Thank
indeed.
you for being diplomatic, mate.
Well, Russell, the Holden Vectra there looks magnificent. Boys, congratulations. Who was holding the video camera?
Yeah, that was me in the video camera.
Yeah. How did that come about? Yourself and Adam Simpson?
Just to knock around with Adam Simpson in younger days and that sort of thing. So, in Bendigo, under 14s, played footy with him and all that sort of thing. So.
Do you still see him these days?
Yeah, still catch up with him every now and then, and yeah.
You going to share the car with him?
I think he's
What is
bags
happening
the
with the
hubcap
car?
or something.
Is he?
Yeah, I'm sure works up now.
Good
He'll
on
be
you,
right.
Yeah, well, that's fantastic. And Russell getting ready, of course, for Bathurst in November. And
Our grand final, yeah.
Your grand final, exactly. What a star you are to actually win this just for doing that.
Good on you, fellas. Congratulations, the magnificent Holden Vectra for the cameos for 1999. And congratulations to Wayne and Adrian Fiddler. Good on you, fellas. Thanks very much, Russell. Take it away, mate. We'll take a break. When we come back, something very special for you next on The Footy Show.
This is the very bumper bar, Ed. I lay under that for 2 or 3 hours 18 months ago. And stupidly one night I answered a knock on the door.
John, Shane Crawford here. I play with Hawthorn. Actually,
Yeah, Shane, we want to recruit you. We're ringing you on bad time.
How do we solve the problem like Maguire?
Hopefully he'll be able to get up and provide a bit more experience for us.
Good on you, fellas. And Nita, forget what Neil Danaher says, mate. On this occasion, don't play from the front, OK, mate? Actually, Ed, the ground. Have a look at this dude.
Shuffle some papers here, lift a few notes and tap a pen a couple of times. That might cover my lack of knowledge regarding that particular scenario.
Sammy, what's the story? Are we allowed to mention the C word this week? Collingwood?
Spider didn't know what you asked him. I said the C word. It cost me 20,000 a fall.
Glenn's wife is expecting.
Oh, thank goodness for that. Is she?
Yeah, she's expecting me home around 12:30.
I want to get off to a bad start, but Glenn, I want to know, did you have to remove the bolt to facilitate the fertilisation process?
No, not at all. Look, it's like a four-wheel drive. It'll go anywhere.
Messages on our mobiles and all these type of things.
That's right, mate.
You wore white boots when you played and you were probably a puff, and now you're old and you're having a go at us, but I don't take offence at all, Sam.
'Cause I'm AFL, I'm dynamite. AFL, and I'm always right. AFL, all the clubs will bleed. AFL, watch me succeed.
Happened on
Wednesday, rocked home from training in the morning. Rocked home, drove home, and opened the front door, and there a burglar had the bag over his... had Aaron Lord's bag.
Oh, is he a burglar? Not a hand burglar.
What do you call him?
Burglar.
Someone who shouldn't have been there.
We've got the new Doug Organs.
So Croft's a bit like Roberto Benigni. He used all his English in the first segment.
Now, Billy, have you ever looked twice at a sheep?
Question? Actually, no, Matthew. No, I haven't. New Zealand once there.
Come back in another life, I'd want to come back as a ruckman.
Back in another life, come back as a rabbit.
That's not, is that not right?
You could spend your days eating and bonking.
Half a rabbit, all I do is eat.
Sunday on Our Century, the golden years of Aussie picture theatre.
Time has at last arrived.
How Australia introduced movie making to the world before Hollywood and television. The first sounds, the first stars, morale boosters, epics and comedy greats.
Oh, you little beauty!
Then, explore our country's spellbinding Gippsland region.
For gold and treasure!
Somebody knows about the treasure.
Discover why people visit and never leave. Our Country Australia and Our Century, Sunday.
The only thing as unpredictable as the sea is kids. I can't afford any distractions. So when I heard that certain pain relievers could trigger an attack in some asthmatics, I made sure I read the packs. Now when the glare and heat give me a headache, I take a couple of Panadol because they're less likely to affect my asthma and they're gentle on my stomach.
Panadol, Australia's most trusted pain reliever. Use only as directed, and if pain persists, see your doctor.
People put a lot of trust in me. That's why I need to be sure.
Am I a crummy cookie?
Am I a wee boring biscuit?
Okay, am I exciting and new? Do people love me? Am I smooth and desirable? La la la. Oh, I know. Am I single?
The chocolate-smothered wafers of new Cadbury Breakaway have biscuits beat.
Stupid game.
Just over a year ago, Bob spoke to a CPA for business advice. Ever since, business has been booming because a CPA doesn't just help you with your finances. They help you see the big picture.
I certainly find out when I'm painting, I trust God, because the moment I get into works and think I'm painting a masterpiece, finish up with a flop. It's the same thing in life, you know. I believe that a lot of people trust God. God doesn't let them down, you know. It's faithful.
Hey, baby, take a look at me. I'm just a kid from the suburbs who played a game, landed on TV. And I suppose you'd say I've had my shares of ups and downs. Who cares? It keeps a smile on my face. I won't live life with a frown. People everywhere I go have to stop and stare. Oh my, I've done it again. Was that something I shouldn't have said? Well, who really cares come Saturday? Does it really matter what I say? Life's taught me how to read the play. Who cares, my friend? It's just a game. Now, while I've got the stage, I'd like to state my case. Okay. Been on the wrong side of the law, answered a strange knock at the door, and there's dry that roam from my face. If there's one last thing you should hear before I go, I'm really not a bad guy, come on. Last 50 years or so. Who really cares come Saturday? Come on, come on. Does it really matter what I say? Life's taught me how to read the play. Who cares, my friend? It's just a game. People everywhere I go seem to stop and stare. Oh my, I've done it again. Maybe that's something I shouldn't have said. Well, who really cares come Saturday? Does it really matter what I say? Ha! Yeah! Life's taught me how to read the play. Who cares, my friend? It's just a game. It's just a game. Maybe it's more than a game. I don't know, is this the real world we're living in? If it's not the real world, it'll do till the real world comes around. It's more than a game. It's not the real world, I'm telling you. But I'll tell you what it is. I'll tell you what it is. It's more than a game.
Sammy Newman, with his own song, Sam Says, written by our own Tony Woods and Brendan Fitzgerald. Tony Woods playing the piano for the Hawthorn Football Club. Sam Says, of course, the story of Sam Newman's life. Please put your hands together for Tony Woods, Brendan Fitzgerald and Sam Newman.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Brendan. Thank you, Bill.
And we'll take the opportunity now to retire this panel. Billy Brownlow, Spider Everett and Gary Lyon to the bench. When we come back, a new panel, a special guest, and we'll go through the key matchups for the 99 AFL Grand Final. Thank the boys. We'll be back on the footy show right after this.
Saturday, Getaway's family holiday guide to the Barrier Reef.
Kids just love it.
Then goes for gold down under.
I'm going to find my fortune.
And Katrina finds her island paradise.
And clean too, love that.
Getaway, 6:30 Saturday.
It's springtime. Have you fed the kids?
Oh, no. I'll do it now.
Don't abandon your babies. They need nurturing with Osmocote's special balance of nutrients. Just one serve of Osmocote will keep feeding them for month after month after month. That's why for stronger, healthier growth, more Australians trust Osmocote. Osmocote helps you mother nature.
Covering up isn't the only way to deal with skin that's lost its firmness and elasticity. Now, Vaseline Intensive Care Skin Firming Treatment has been formulated to moisturise and smooth, while it improves skin elasticity and suppleness. In 14 days, your skin will look and feel firm and smooth. From Intensive Research comes Vaseline Intensive Care Skin Firming Treatment for smooth, firm-looking skin.
Dip, 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 get a job. Get a job. Get a job. Get a job. Dip, 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 get a job. Dip, 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 dip.
At Employment National, we get people for jobs and jobs for people. Employment National, made for the job. Call 133 444.
In my travels around the international scene, I sometimes encounter an exceptional product. This one is unique. Matthew James Frizz Free, now available in Australia. Frizz-Free instantly transforms dry, frizzy, over-processed hair, making it visibly smoother, glossier, stronger. Whatever the hair type, it always comes up looking $1 million with incredible sheen and vitality. I've never seen anything quite like it. Matthew James Frizz-Free, international in style, Australian at heart.
The tension, the pressure, the exhilaration, and that was just at your place. It's back on Win Television. Be part of the excitement. Enter now to play.
Who wants to be a millionaire?
Weeknights on Win Television.
I know you'll be staggered to know, but Nicky Winmore hasn't turned up.
Oh, has he?
No.
Oh, I see.
Sorry I'm late, mate.
Now, Sammy, do you find that you're getting to an age where you're starting to regress back to your childhood? Because you've had your face painted now. What would you like? Fairy floss? Or perhaps we can go to the jumping castle now. Yeah, mate, you're going well down there. Even your beatings are taking a beating.
We're in Bordertown, the birthplace of former Australian Prime Minister Bobby Hawke. And a little-known fact is that when the mayoress said to Bobby, would you like a statue just to commemorate your great leadership, Bobby said, how about a little head, love? Here it is.
And that is as bad as it gets.
You look like a porno star, Sam.
I've been eating these for 6 months. No one told me you had to stick them on your body. When they work, I stuck one on the exhaust of the Ferrari and it stopped smoking.
Is that kisses all round, Ed? Kisses all round?
Yeah, go away, go.
Stop with me.
I don't know you boys as well.
Okay.
I know you, Shane.
If anyone would like to send in just a little money before the show's ended, Ed, you and I would like to go to the Daily Planet immediately. Immediately after the show.
Oh, Jeff, be happy, mate. It's an old saying, if your wife's going to be unfaithful, at least let it be with the team you barrack for.
Ride me out.
Mo, relax, mate.
We're going to treat your place with respect, Mo. And, I didn't know you kept horses, Molly.
Can I kiss him, Ed?
Oh, no.
A tin of lard and a donkey will see them through with a good night now.
As Glenn said to his last girlfriend, that was a bolt from the blue.
Welcome back to Melbourne Park. As we have another look at the 1999 AFL Grand Final, let's please welcome our panel tonight. The man who has been a 5-time premiership star, both day and night. Please welcome from Hawthorn, Sydney and Collingwood, Dermot Brereton. The man who's still wondering why he's not getting ready for this week, of course, what a star he's been this year. The All-Australian full forward from Essendon, Matthew Lloyd. And the man who the last 2 seasons has held the cup aloft on the MCG, the 2-time premiership captain of the Adelaide Crows, Mark Bickley. And to help us have a good look at the matchups for this game, ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome the man who this week was appointed the coach of the Collingwood Football Club, mighty Mick Malthouse.
Well, Ed, you could have actually knocked us down with a feather when you announced it yesterday.
Well, it was a shock, wasn't it?
By gee, it took us by surprise there.
And great to see Mick has got his own sponsor, Dan Murphy Cellars, so that's fantastic.
Yeah, well, I wanted to ask Mick, what happened, mate? Did you just get sick and tired of winning all the time?
I think that the difference between Essendon, who had 18 wins, and Collingwood, who had 4 wins, I don't think the difference is 14 games. That does say 14, but I think that the difference is a lot closer than that, and I'm very much prepared to put the work in to see us rise up the ladder.
It's sponsored by Dan Murphy, and I can't believe it. I went down to Dan Murphy and just checked their prices out, and very, very good supplier. Mick is being an arsehole and act.
Well, I was going to ask you, can you tell me a bit more about it?
No, I work at it. I'm wondering, do you work at it?
You do very, very well. And have done well for a number of years.
Thank you very much.
Okay, fine.
Well, seriously, now you're going to have to join the real world over here, not the insular little town over on the other side of the continent. This is the big smoke here, mate. Do you think you might have to be more affable to us all? Or just business as usual?
Or you count yourself as a journalist, or just a member of the public, or what?
I'm a shit kicker, mate. You know that.
Oh, no, you've done pretty well for a shit kicker. I mean, that's the whole thing.
Is your credibility on the line coming over here to
I don't
coach
think so,
Collingwood?
Sam. I've spent 10 years with my family in Western Australia, and we've enjoyed our stay over there. It's been there's been some wonderful times. We're bringing with us some great memories, and I hope that the 10 years experience can help me be a better coach, that can help the Collingwood Football Club to rise above the last couple of seasons into a position where we can, be very optimistic about the future.
Do you realise we're in an invidious position, Mick? Because if you succeed, this show is knackered, mate. This will become the whole Collingwood 3 hours that we're on.
Oh, so it should be.
We've managed to pack half of it in, they've come last. Imagine if you win a flag.
Our aim is to rise up, Sam, and I think we can.
Mick,
Mick, I was just wondering, you've always been someone who likes your actions to speak louder than your words. How did you deal with the show? The Razzmatazz have been announced coach. That was your first day in the job, and it was Hollywood. How did you cope with it?
I coped all right. I actually drove here in the Volvo and enjoyed it immensely. I think that if you can play just one little small part in helping to develop the football club, whether it be through a financial sponsorship or whatever, that you have to do so.
And speaking of which, Mick, Mick's first outing for the Collingwood side as coach, of course, will be the match of the millennium on New Year's Eve against Carlton. And the announcement today, there's been some speculation about whether or not the show would be going on, and I can tell you that Jetport Security Parking Millennium Challenge Trophy is what Carlton and Collingwood will be playing for.
What is it?
It is the Jetport Security Parking Millennium Challenge Trophy, and the director John Fairweather is with us tonight, so good to have John on board.
They'll never fit it on the cup, mate. The name, what is it? The Jetport Security Car Park Trophy.
The Jetport Security Parking Millennium Challenge Trophy. So there you go. All right, so that's ready to fire on New Year's Eve. Boys, let's get on to the grand final. Dermot and Lloydie and Bix. Before we do, Matthew, can you tell the Essendon fans, explain to them, say something to them about how you must be feeling at the moment?
Yeah, there's two sides to it. I think as a club we're pretty pleased with the inroads we made. We've been pretty disappointing, and this year we had a pretty good year, but just to fall down at the second last hurdle was disappointing. But we'll all go to the game on Saturday, and we'll all be hurting like we are at the moment. But we really have looked at North Melbourne, the Kangaroos, and they keep coming back year after disappointment. So we'll be looking at them and trying to come back bigger and better next year.
And Bix, as the man who was the premiership captain the last 2 years, how do you feel to miss out in the action altogether? And a new coach coming?
Yeah, well, it's certainly disappointing not to be a part of September, and after being spoilt, I suppose, the last 2 years and being a part of it, sitting here is a dismal second. So we'll be doing everything we can to make sure that we get our players back on the track and up where we think we belong, which is playing in the finals.
Oh, God, I hope you enjoy the dismal second for the rest of the night, mate. But yesterday, or on Tuesday, you spoke at the Carbine Club in Melbourne, one of the most prestigious lunches, and you had something very interesting. I never heard this, and I've been a mate of yours for a long time. Can you tell everybody what you said at the Carbine Club about how you used to psych yourself up on grand final day? It was amazing.
Oh, I thought that was just amongst, 500 or 600 of our closest friends at the Carbine Club, but it was a bit odd and strange. I used to stand in front of the mirror grand final morning and scream into it until I scared myself, and sometimes it worked. And sometimes it didn't, but it always made for a bit of a laugh by the end of the day. It didn't scare Reese, that's for sure, but no, it's just one of those little things you do. I mean, grand finals play tricks with your mind and how you overcome them. If you can overcome them, you are the better for it.
Mick's played in one in 1980 and coached two, of course, with the West Coast Eagles. Lordy hasn't got there just yet, and his time will probably come, no doubt about that. Bix has done it twice. Can you tell us what it's like to actually, get yourself set Thursday night going into a grand final? What's going through those 44 players' minds at the moment?
Yeah, you probably think, and Bix might be able to add to this as well, you're probably thinking to yourself, it's going to be the biggest day of your life. Without going overboard, you have images and you do, I suppose you fantasise that some way that you kick the winning goal, and you fantasise that everything's going against you and you are the most important person on the ground, and you have to believe that you are the most important person on the ground.
Did you see that in the mirror too, mate? Did that? What else did you see in that mirror when you looked into it? Hey?
Those days, I was a lot happier than when I look in it now, Sam, and you'd be very disappointed if you actually have a good long hard look into one.
Did you look into it and see into the back of your cranium and see if there was a brain in there somewhere, did you?
No, sir.
Mick, in 1982, people forget that you were set to play in a grand final for Richmond and you missed out through injury. In fact, it was the last act of training under Francis Burke where your shoulder popped out and you missed the grand final. You must have tremendous empathy for the players tonight, White and in particular Fletcher at Carlton, who've missed out, and also some of the other players who've missed out through suspension like Jason McCarthy.
Pardon me. Well, it's one of those things, I suppose, you set yourself a goal, and particularly when the season rolls on and you end up with a number of games and it gets closer and closer to the grand final, you think to yourself, well, I'm just about there, I've got to make sure it happens. And then, as it turned out in my case, I played in the second 7, dislocated my shoulder and practically knew it was over. I had a last shot at, as you said, the shoulder came out of training. But for a player like, say, Jason McCarthy, who has played all year and would be, I know what it would be like to actually sit there and wait for the tribunal till the Monday night, because it has actually happened to myself. And in his case, he got rubbed out. And
in your case,
that will stay with him for the rest of his life.
In your case, who were you reported for striking?
The bloke that's just bagged me. I mean, he's bagged me all night. And
I haven't bagged you.
No, but
I got you into a grand final.
You did?
You absolutely poleaxed me, and I lied. I said I fell over. Well, of course I fell over. You broke my nose and actually broke 3 of my molars.
I was very grateful.
Yeah,
very, very grateful.
Did you notice that too, Sammy, on that occasion? Mick was speaking. Ed went to say something to steer him on an area, and he was the first one who just kept talking and talked over Ed. The new coach just talks straight over the Messiah.
Could I ask you...
Hey, the only time I've seen it all year.
Could I ask you this, Mick? When you knew you were going to be the coach of Collingwood, when did you know, actually, incidentally?
About 4 days ago.
4 days ago.
Oh, well,
that
roughly.
Is a blatant lie, yeah?
It's not.
How long had you stitched Mick up? How long had
in fact,
it been?
we still haven't signed the contract. There you go.
Well, I'm tipping 8 weeks. Trev, did you take more than a passing interest in the Collingwood side once you knew you were going to be the coach of them?
I was watching with interest the teams that were without coaches. And there were several. In fact, there were...
I sprung him, Mick. I walked in on you when we were in Perth and you're having a clandestine breakfast.
Clandestine, right out in the middle of everywhere.
Well, it was out in some outer suburb. Why in God's name did we go out there?
I've known Eddie for about 14 years. I remember him as a Channel 10 reporter, same as my daughter is now with Channel 10, and we were having a breakfast for Eddie to give her some tips on how to advance her career.
There you go. See, we look after people. It's nice. It's all good.
Listen to that. He honestly trying to say 4 days ago you found out, Mick, who's your assistant coach? Geppetto?
Okay, let's leave that alone. There's enough to talk about the Meckies next year. Tim, let's go to the matchups and tell us who's going to play on who and who's going to win and why.
Yeah, look, I think the first one we'll take a look at, Mick Martin, perhaps on Lance Whitnell. Lance Whitnell, look, some people are saying he has to kick 5 to win. I just think Lance has to be responsible for the creation of 8 goals to do his job. As long as he does that, it doesn't matter if he doesn't kick a goal. If he can do that, the rest of the team without his involvement do similar. 16 goals or 15 goals, any team will be hard-pressed to kick more than 15 goals against the Carlton backline. So if he can be the creator, the instigator in 8 goals, I think he can do well. I think they'll put Mick Martin on him, Bix. We were discussing this outside. I think they'll put him on him because they might just say, all right, if we stamp Whitnell out, that will be the major hurdle in the Blues forward line. And they'll sacrifice Mick because he's not really going to hurt them by foot going the other way.
The big argument, I suppose, people will talk and say that Whitnell will get up the ground a bit. Are North prepared to get Mick Martin out of the goal square and up the field? And that's the decision they make. I think they'll go with Glenn Archer. I think he'll be able to cover Whitnell's movement around the ground and he's hard at the ball in the air. And I think if he brings it to the ground, the runners like the Picketts and so forth, the Kings will run the ball away.
Okay, the only thing I'd say on that just quickly is that that would be ideal, but if Mick locks arms with Whitnell and Whitnell likes to push and shove, Archer's the perfect man to come over the top, as he did against Tony Lockett 2 years ago, pick up another 3 votes.
Okay, let's have a look at the one. If Carlton are going to win, they have to stop this man, Doom. Wayne Carey.
Yeah, Wayne Carey. Steve Silvani pushes and shoves pretty well, and the Duck has probably only been given trouble by 2 backmen in the last few years. One is Glenn Jakovich and the other is Steve Silvani when he's doing it well.
Having played on Sauce last week, he's a master at bringing the ball to ground and rarely will he let you mark the ball, so it's really important that Carey's on top when he hits the ground.
Mick, can I ask you, Glenn Jakovich, as Dermot said, has had a pretty good record on Wayne Carey. How does Glenn beat him?
Well, I think he beat him just on strength basis. Also on the fact that after the ball did hit the ground, I thought Glenn Jakovich is very, very good at recovering the ground ball. So he was able to run the ball away. I think over the last couple of seasons since Glenn's had his knee operated on, that Wayne Carey's obviously got on top. But I would be one bit surprised to see Anthony Koutoufides at some stage go to centre-half back and perhaps try to work the ball forward. Of course, the ploy there is to drop Carey back further towards the goal, which then exposes Koutoufides' lack of, I guess, real full backline play. But that either one of those players can go forward, and of course that's going to pose its own problems for
Now which side, and I suppose I'm asking who do you think will win, but I'm not really, which side would you rather be coaching on Saturday? Which is the more versatile and you can move the players around and you get more out of?
Well, I think the circumstances are so different. The pressure is right on North Melbourne to win. That might sound strange, but Carlton really go into this game coming from 6th place with a 12-10 record at around 22. North Melbourne have been there for a number of years and won 1 premiership. The way I see it, there is enormous pressure on Dennis Pagan and the North Melbourne or the Kangaroos, whereas Carlton can go out and play a free running game knowing full well that whatever comes, and the expectations are a lot lower. So I would say that David Parkin would be a lot calmer and Dennis Pagan might be a bit tighter.
So is that basically the same as when you played the Western Bulldogs?
In many respects. In many respects, that's about right.
Let's take a look at the next matchup now. I've got Bell against Fraser Brown. Fraser Brown has been really in and under it very hard, and Peter Bell will be able to play. I think it will match him. Perhaps not as good in and under, but he'll be able to get away from him as well, and I think hurt him the other way. We go on to the next matchup. I've got McKernan Koutoufides. It's a matter of how long Koutoufides stays on McKernan, whether he can stamp him out of the game. That's the way I look at it there. Koutoufides can jump with McKernan as well. Keep progressing through them, Ed?
No, just stick with Koutoufides here, Doom. Suddenly he's found form, and he looks like the Greek god that he did a few years ago.
Yep.
Why is that? Is he a confidence player? You saw him, Matty. He was fantastic.
I saw him last week, Ed, and he was really keen to get into the midfield, and when he did, he was sensational and really floated back into my space, and he was the player he was of a couple of years and looked sensational.
Just the thing with Cooter, it's almost like the Darren Jarman from '97 syndrome. He's bobbed up in a semi-final and been brilliant, and it's a matter now of they can't start with him in the middle. You don't give someone like a Blakey a time to target in on him and stamp him out in the middle. I think they've got to start with him down back and time it so he goes into the middle and right from that point till the end of the game, he's going with momentum. And you had a very good point as well about the way you played Jarman in finals.
Yeah, when we went into the finals with Jarman and perhaps McLeod as well, we called it a change-up position where we probably didn't play those guys in their best position to start with, but always knew at some stage they would move into that. And, you know, both times it worked pretty well. I agree with Mick. I think Cooter might start on Wayne Carey and do a similar role that Peter Caven did last year, get down the ground as often as he can, make Wayne work up and away from the goals where he's least dangerous.
OK, and of course, Dermot, you'll be out on the MCG again on Grand Final Day, along with people like Gary Ayres, Stephen Michael, Jason, Bob Hank, Peter Bedford, Peter McKenna, Gary Wilson and Peter Dacos. Jason. Yep. This year's inductees, as well as some of the other players, including Jason Dunstall, Chris Mainwaring, Mark Roberts, Todd Viney and our own Gary Lyon. So enjoy the day. Boys, a quick tip before we go to the break.
I just think North Melbourne, the fact they've been there only 1 year previous, it's a bit more normal to them this week, and it's fresh in their mind. I think it's a big novelty for Carlton. It's just such a big week for them.
Carlton's midfield last week was the key, and they were sensational. And if they can get on top of the Roos midfield, they're a big chance.
A very angry and nasty North Melbourne by 3 goals.
Mick, who do you think will win?
I think North Melbourne win, and a lot depends on Stevens playing, and I think that if they can control that midfield, I think they'll win at North Melbourne.
Sam, how do you think?
Well, I mean, if Mick thinks the Kangaroos, I'm thinking that too, Ed. At least I am thinking that. What about you, Ed?
Well, Mick says the Kangaroos, mate.
Exactly.
He's the man. Dermot said. Hey?
Don't talk over the coach, mate.
Mick, can I ask Mick whether you've got a
Speak up, please,
coaching panel ready to go for next year, and will you make many changes to the playing list for next season?
Well,
do you want to come?
Well, Matthew, that's. I'm looking for players as well, of course. Yeah. However, a lot of the whole lot will be. The whole staff will be looked at, and I'll be weighing that up along with other people that may be able to help the Collingwood Football Club out. So, no, it's not stable yet, and we have got a little way to go, but we're looking for the best.
Can I just get a quick one in, Mick? You mentioned Stevens is going to be one of the keys to be players. Who makes that decision? As a coach, you've been in the grand final. Do you make it, or does Anthony Stevens make it?
No, it really does come back to the player proving that he can play, and then the medical staff saying, yes, he can get through a match. Then it's up to the match committee to say, well, we think that the player's got the chance. It really gets down to the medical staff convincing the football staff that he can get through. The grand final, you just can't take gambles.
Boys, stick with us. We're going to take a break. Mick, thanks very much for joining us. And when we come back on the other side of the break, the highlight of the Footy Show Grand Final edition, and that is, of course, the 1999 Players Review. That's next on the Footy Show.
9:30 Saturday.
We're sure, boss.
Caught in the crossfire of a terrorist conspiracy.
England's going to want to go. That is where we must strike it.
From Tom Clancy, best-selling author.
You just waited on in like John Wayne.
Comes another white-knuckle thriller.
It was rage. Pure rage.
Patriot Games.
Let's do it. Get off the highway right now.
He's crossed the line of no return.
Post him back to Whitehall in little pieces.
Harrison Ford.
I want back in
Patriot Games, 9:30 Saturday on Win.
Captain Bow, I've formulated a hypothetical solution. Vis-a-vis dealing with the conundrum of substantially diminishing the ship's current superfluous supply of pneumatic rubber conveyances. Consider a system whereby we, in the context of a limited time frame, drastically reduce the asking price of said items in order to make purchases more fiscally attractive to potential vendees.
I take it you mean a sale day.
Phone's intergalactic sale. All tyres must boldly go. Call 132381 for your nearest store.
We're the Tetley Tea folk. Say hello then.
Hello then.
Our job's to make sure every cup of Tetley tastes as good as a cup of tea can be. We blend up to 20 different teas to get that rich, full Tetley taste.
It's an art we've been perfecting since 1837. You could say we've got it down to a T.
That's the Tetley taste. Tetley. Great tasting tea since 1837.
Is this some sort of joke? They want 107 Juicy Chews lined up like dominoes with the last position so as to topple into a glass of champagne. Get a load of this. 100 Starburst jelly beans, 100 fruitfuls and 200 assorted gummy fruits arranged into the shape of a mermaid. A bad day. 200 babies, 50 with the edge removed. Madness! Prima donnas!
Ah, spring is in the air, and Home has lots of bargains in their spring sale. Like this 1 litre glyphosate weed killer for $19.95, or a 5 litre Garden Boss spray at just $24.95. And a companion 4-burner barbecue, $249. So if you... Hey, cut!
Get the know-how.
In Home Spring Doggle. Out now.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for the Footy Show Player Review. This year we're going to pay tribute to some of the great video clips of our time, starting with one of the biggest bands of all. So do yourself a favour, kick back and come on a countdown through the decades. And it's all happening out there.
Open your eyes, look up to the skies and I love
Beatles with the boys from Richmond, Wayne Campbell, Matty Richardson, Ben Holland and Brendan Gale. Performing the Bohemian Rhapsody as Queen, we had Paul DiMartina, Matthew Dent, Adam Katessa and Paul Hudson from the Western Bulldogs. As cold chisel and a little cheap wine was Spider Barnesy Everett, along with St Kilda teammates Shane Wakeman, Darryl Wakeman, Andrew Thompson and Damien Ryan. As David Lee Roth with his bikini-clad California girls was the very, very lucky demon David Schwartz. Who could forget the very smooth, the very sexy Damien Monkhorst as the chef from South Park and his chocolate salty ball. And finally, as Ricky Martin, the 1999 Brownlow medalist Shane Crawford, backed up by Hawthorn teammates Ben Dixon, Trent Crowe and Tony Wood. And finally, let's thank the very talented Tony Bartuccio dancers.
Up against a conspiracy of silence.
5 suspects, 4 eyewitnesses, but no one's talking.
Every murderer's got a story he has to tell you.
Rebecca Gibney.
The trick is nailing their obsession.
Inside hell and into the minds of not one,
I know what I'm dealing with.
but 5 serial killers.
Don't get too clever, Jane.
Reunited with Peter O'Brien.
Something's going on inside that prison.
In the most mesmerising Halifax yet.
There's another agenda here.
Swimming with Sharks premieres 8:30 Sunday. This year, we'll help an extra 2 million people with the big things in life. Their cars, their homes, their investments. NRMA for H-E-L-P.
Welcome to JIF, making life easy. To make the most of your time, clean as you go. The stubborn gunk on the bench top, for instance. Spray on JIF Power Spray. Then while you have a cup of coffee.
Or fold the washing.
The Power Spray soaking in, making the job easier when you come back to it.
And because Power Spray's special ingredients effectively create a shield on the surface, gunk can't stick as tightly, so it's easier to clean next time.
That's the power of Jif.
What do you think when you hear claims for amazing new skin creams? I want to believe them, but I don't.
I feel sort of cheated by it.
So what did women say after they'd actually tried Olay's new moisturiser with breakthrough beta-hydroxy?
It's helped with the fine lines. They've just reduced and almost disappeared. It's made my skin glow. It feels really radiant.
You needn't take their word. Prove it for yourself. And the name? New Daily Renewal Cream from Oil of Olay. Proof we can help you look younger.
Yes, indeed, and it's time now for Almost Footy Legends. For the year, let's have a look at some of our favourites here. Natalia versus Mel Whaler. First up, Big Specky. Not a bad grab. Next we go to Paynham Norwood Units versus St Peters. We see the guy take a shot here. And unfortunately hits a forward park behind the goals there. which has come to grief. There you go, very unfortunate. Next up here, looking for a beautiful left foot banana goal. Thank you very much. That's all right. She's got a Wayne Carey, I reckon, there, Ed. Take another look at that one. And good stuff. Next up, we're looking for Billy Brownless's brother here, taking a specky. He did get off the ground too, a bit more than Billy did. Also, next up, Albanvale versus Coburg Districts, looking for a big hanger coming up here. Now, good goal here, a good team goal coming up. Hawthorn Ammos versus Monash Griffins, chain of handballs. And kicks the goal, very nice stuff. Going to some waffle action now. And that is a very nice mark indeed. Hung there and took it with the one hand. Beautiful. Tullamarine beat Dudestanis in the Essendon District League.
2 goals from him as well.
And we're looking for the hungry goal here.
Easy special weapon.
Hawks 1, Hawks the second, has a bounce, pass to third, pass to fourth, has another bounce, pass to fifth bloke, lines them up, and thank your mother for the rabbits. Very nice indeed. Devon Meadows v. Carrigal looking for a mark here. Now you see some great grabs in the local competitions, Ed. There's some of our favourites here. East Gambia versus Hamilton Imperials. Finishing up here, 6 bounces the guy takes before drilling it. Count them. 1, 2. Maintains a handball, 2. It looks around as a third. As a fourth. As a fifth. Dodges a player. Have another one. That's away. And I think the handball was on at some stage there, Ed, but it's a goal.
Well, there you go. There are almost footy legends for 1999.
Some of our favourites, Ed.
But the best is yet to come.
The
Our
best
top 10
is yet to come. Let's go to our top 10 in the 1999 AFL Grand Final.
Fowler with the footy.
Albury versus Wodonga here. And looking for the bloke taking a specky over the fence. Look over the fence. And over he goes. Sensational performance highlighted there. Ball comes in, and that would have hurt a little. Lara Cats versus South Bowen. Let's pick up the commentary for this goal.
Lara's way. Up they go again, parked in well, got him down, but odds trapped, sweet by Farrell. He's kicked at 75 metres.
Not bad here, Ed. What has 3 or 4 steps and straight out of the middle.
Centre and gone, bang, 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 and kicked a great goal.
We're going up to Wargunya versus Jerilderie here, and we'll pick up the commentary again.
For the Demons, and they are back in front by a point. It's belting down. It's absolutely belting down here. And Jerilderie, with that goal, are back in front. Here comes the rain. It's hailing now. We are joking. We are absolutely mad to be up here in this. I'm getting soaked. It is stupidity. We are getting very wet here. This is madness. Get the football back. Let the game can start again. Sorry about the French.
All right, Taya V. Rosebud looking for a beautiful one-handed grab in the wet here. Let it start. number 6, Jabiru versus University here, and see how far this one bounces through. Players gone back, siren's gone. Match is all over, players decide to have a kick. Obviously, the defenders haven't manned up here.
Didn't get onto it.
Didn't get onto it. Lands about 30 metres out. And keeps rolling, and shepherded it through for a goal. Quite extraordinary. That's about 30 metres out. And through they go. Fair Park versus Norwood is next up, Ed, and a similar sort of thing.
Trying to build something up here.
We see the kick come in.
Handball's on to Klein. Klein kicks forward.
And see how many players this ball eludes. It takes a bit of a leg break there.
Bouncing.
And good on the teammate, number 55, trying to be the hero, get the foot on it right at the end there.
That is fantastic. Well done, Klein here. Well done. Top effort. Oh,
and here he comes, doing the right thing by his teammate. There you go. And we see the play. I was about to say, I've got another machine here just says nuts. Let's have a look at that again. Oh, that's a whoopsie tap out. And didn't recover in a hurry. Frankston Rogers here versus the Pines. And looking for the guy, trip up the boundary umpire on his way through. Ball very innocently, ball out of bounds there, not really paying attention. There's a quick look, sticks out the leg and he's gone. There it goes, good. And Chunga versus Macclesfield here, and I'm guessing that Macclesfield don't get much of the ball on their forward line. Now we've got the young fellas there. I think we've got under 11 action here. Bit of a sit down. But you can't beat skill, and our winner for this year, very similar to the goal of the year in the AFL actually. We see the Broadbeach Cats here in the QSFL. Over the head, and thank you very much. Very similar to the Darren Jarman goal. Good second effort here, picks up, snaps truly, and through it goes, and Ed, our winner, who sent in the winning cameo is Michelle Denning of Broadbeach Waters in Queensland.
Yes, indeed, and Michelle sent in the footage of the Broadbeach Cats in the QSFL, and Michelle's prize for the Almost Footy Legends for 1999 is the magnificent Holden SS Commodore, Trev.
Yes, indeed. There's the car, if we can call up Michelle to the stage.
As Russell Ingle brings in the magnificent SS Holden, let's bring up Michelle, who's come all the way down from Queensland. Congratulations, Michelle.
Big hand, ladies and gentlemen, Michelle Denning. Coming down tonight, winning the V8 sedan, the mighty SS Commodore.
Now, Michelle, did you actually take the video?
No, I didn't take the photo, the video. A person videotaping it gave it to us and told us to send it in.
So you just got the video, send it in, you've won the car?
Yeah.
So simple as that on Almost Footy Legends. Just knock off the tape and send it in. It's fantastic.
But do you actually have a close connection, Michelle, that's your husband kicking the goal?
No, that's my boyfriend.
Your boyfriend kicking the goal?
Yeah.
Very well done. At least there's some sort of connection there.
Yes.
That's good. Well, there you go. It just shows what you and your boyfriend can do with a video camera there, Michelle, and we wish you all the best in the future with that. You've won the magnificent SS Commodore here. What about that? The magnificent Holden.
Fantastic.
Would you like to...
Yes, I'd like to thank Holden, the Footy Show, and Channel 9.
Good on it. Enjoy the trip. Are you going to drive it back?
I don't know.
Good on you, Michelle. Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, please thank Trevor Marmalade and everyone who sent in their videos on Almost Footy Legends. We're going to take a break. When we come back on the other side of the break, we'll finish off tonight's footy show with a couple of quick more segments. Back right after this. It's more than a game. More than a game.
Saturday, Getaway's family holiday guide to the Barrier Reef.
Kids just love it.
Then goes for gold down under.
I'm going to find my fortune.
And Katrina finds her island paradise.
And clean too, love that.
Getaway, 6:30 Saturday.
Guess what the kids call Dad's armchair?
Stinky chair.
You know, I have a stinky chair problem too. I'm afraid it's my Sophie. Well, now there's a way to get bad smells out of fabrics for good. It's called Febreze. It's new. And you won't believe how many places you'll find to spray it. See, Febreze helps clean fabrics in a way you never could before.
And it's not just covering one smell with another.
Right, just spray Febreze. Its patented cleaning system finds the smells trapped in fabrics and gently cleans them away as it dries.
Once it's dry, smell's gone. For good.
Febreze, check the laundry aisle.
And check this out.
It's safe, from uniforms to teddy bears. Febreze cleans bad smells out of fabrics for good.
I wonder if they'll call it the sleepy chair now.
I'll be representing Australia in the Sydney 2000 Olympic Games in a team that's some 50,000 people strong. In terms of telecommunications, ours will be the most advanced Olympic Games ever. These people will be doing far more than operating the phone system. These are the people operating the trunk radio system for Olympic Games officials and security. The people relaying images and data to 200 countries and some 4 billion people. Without this team, for the rest of the world, the Sydney 2000 Olympic Games simply wouldn't happen. There was a gold medal for telecommunications. I reckon we'd be in with a chance.
The only thing as unpredictable as the sea is kids. I can't afford any distractions. So when I heard that certain pain relievers could trigger an attack in some asthmatics, I made sure I read the packs. Now when the glare and heat give me a headache, I take a couple of Panadol because they're less likely to affect my asthma and they're gentle on my stomach.
Panadol, Australia's most trusted pain reliever. Use only as directed, and if pain persists, see your doctor.
People put a lot of trust in me. That's why I need to be sure.
9:30 Saturday.
We're sure and fast.
Caught in the crossfire.
Rage. Pure rage.
The terrorist conspiracy. Harrison Ford.
Let's do it.
In the white-knuckle thriller.
I want back in.
Patriot Games. 9:30 Saturday on Win.
Can't smoke anymore in the stands at the G. You'll have to take it outside. There'll be no more games at Waverley. And it's about bloody time. The hills are alive with the sound of footy. My ass is numb cold from those big park seats. No longer will it hear the sound of footy. And I couldn't care less 'cause it gave me the shits. Nick off, lady, this is my mountain.
And pig's ass.
A good goat'll do that. So long, farewell, Alvina, say good night. I have to go and leave this ugly side.
So long, farewell, Avita saying adieu. I've resigned and left it up to you.
So long, farewell, or far off we design. If I stayed, I'm sure I'd go insane.
I leave and heave a sigh and say goodbye. My back is broke. I'm now in footy heaven. It's time to go. Kick 1357. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Welcome back to the Footy Show, and great to see our resident cartoonist, Andrew Fife, in the audience. Give Fife a round of applause again. What a wonderful job. Good on you, mate. Fantastic year on the Footy Show, as always. As we finish off our 6th year, before we go to the break, when we come back, we've got a very, very special guest to finish off this year's 1999 AFL Grand Final show. Before we do that, though, let's take a look at some of the classic moments. And, Sam, we had over 60 guests this year on the Footy Show. Let's have a look at some of the highlights of the year. Mate, I have promised a big story, and I'm about to deliver. Gary Andrew Hocking of Cobram has now changed his name legally and has to be called Whiskers. Well, we can tell you tonight that a deal has been done by the Whiskers Cat Food Company, the Geelong Football Club, Gary Hocking, and a charity for Buddha Hocking, Gary Buddha Hocking, to be called for the next week Whiskers.
The whole thing is going to be a little bit light-hearted and seen as just a bit of fun.
A Geelong captain doing something stupid to create publicity. Can you believe that?
Yes, well, it makes it easy for his opponent. He doesn't have to man up. He just has to go...
Are you sorry for what you said?
Oh, no doubt. I think over those 3 or 4 days, I've learned a lot, and you know, at the end of the day, you learn by your mistakes, and I can only really move on.
Dad was killed in front of me when I was 8, and it was pretty hard at the time, but I guess when you're that young, it really doesn't hit you until later on when you can't see your dad again. And through all that, I've had Mum that's brought me up and my sister, and we've done it pretty tough at times, but I think things like that really stand you in good stead for later on in life, and you kind of get over it and get over the next hurdle as well.
I pulled out all the tubes that were in me, and I said to God, look, I don't know why you picked me, but if you get me out of this, I won't swear again. My wife said I did add that I won't lust for 18-year-old cheerless, but I never said that.
There it goes, they ran out of fuel one night in the snowy-capped mountains of South Korea somewhere, and I was just being born in pretty much like an orphanage at the time, and they'd had their hearts set on adopting one of the kids there, and by chance I was being born at the moment. They pretty much rocked up at the door, I think. So it's a bit of a strange story, and it's something that sometimes you have to reflect upon and count yourself very lucky.
They don't want a job as recruiters, do they?
You're sitting there with a straight face under that quivering moustache, Mick, and telling me that Eddie Maguire, in that early morning breakfast meeting that we have on tape, didn't ask you about what you're doing next year.
We're not discussing the coaching job.
And we appointed Jeff Gushin to the end of 2001 because we decided that there'd been too much change at Tigerland, and we needed stability.
And that's about it. What am I meant to do now? Sit down.
As the century ends, League's new era begins. Two new clubs come head-to-head on League's biggest day, and it's all Sydney versus Melbourne. Could the Treasure Trophy be heading south? Find out when the NRL Grand Final Marathon starts noon Sunday, with kick-off in the big one, live and commercial-free at 3. The 1999 NRL Grand Final. St George Illawarra take on the Melbourne Storm on Win Television.
Body bounce brilliant, pump it up with Thick Quick. Exclusive to Price Attack.
Thick Quick.
Calcium is one of the essential ingredients to a full, active life. New low-fat Nestle Active is the only yogurt with 50% of the daily calcium you need for the 100% life you lead. Get active for life.
And it's another goal for Shane Gould.
I've been drinking soy for years now, and there's only one that suits my healthy lifestyle. That's Vitasoy. It's all natural and made from certified whole organic soybeans, which are thankfully free from genetic engineering. Yes, it's the organic soybeans which make Vitasoy taste so great. Vitasoy really is the gold standard in soy drinks.
When organic means a lot to you, you'll drink Vitasoy too.
To the Footy Show for the final time in 1999, unless there's a draw, of course, and then we'll be back next week. But for all those people out there, of course, the Royal Children's Hospital appeal, and in particular the Pied Pipers, do a wonderful job. And if Carlton get up, that's what you'll be buying on Saturday night for $2, with all proceeds going to the Royal Children's Hospital. And Trevor, things go your way.
Yes, indeed. Here we go. You've actually got the collector's item, Ed. This is the one that will be on sale Saturday afternoon. Have a look out for it.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, before we go tonight, a special thank you to everyone involved on the Footy Show. Steve Perkin, the producer, Cos Cardone, Drew Whitehead, Ralphie Horowitz, Gary Newnham, Amanda Brookhouse, Aaron Smith, Meredith Kelly, Warwick Wobb, David De Gea, Jane Fraser, Andrew Fife and Tony Woods. And don't forget, the Footy Show magazine Grand Final edition is out this week. Make sure you get it. Thanks to Holden, our magnificent sponsor, to Rockman's Regency, and Versace, the clothes that the champions wear. Versace. Thanks to Holden, everybody. All our panel tonight, everybody who's been involved. Hands up those who say Carlton will win the flag. Hands up then, obviously, those who reckon North Melbourne. Overwhelming result for North Melbourne. Sam, before we say goodnight for the last time.
Well, Ed, we should thank the people, the public, those people watching and out there for us having our best year almost ever. So we appreciate that. And I want to say this, Ed, and I know you'll chastise me for this. I'm the patron of a club. And if the Geelong supporters out there let the Geelong Football Club die, that it inspired the Brownlow medal, it ill behoves them to be supporters. We want them to rally on the 21st of November at Shell Stadium and save Geelong. Yeah, we do.
So get behind the Geelong Footy Club. Yeah. It's going to be a wonderful season. It's an early start next year. We can't wait for it to begin, of course, with the Ansett Cup game between Collingwood and Carlton. Good luck to the Blues. Good luck to the Kangaroos. And as we go out tonight for one of those teams, the honeymoon is over. Put your hands together and welcome the Cruel Sea, whose new CD is out. Tex Perkins and the boys. Take us away, Tex. The Cruel Sea and the honeymoon is over. Good night.
You can't sleep in my bed no more. You can't ride in my car. I won't have you looking for me, but baby, it's never gonna get that far. I'm gonna send you back to wherever God has what you can. And then I'm gonna get my tattoo. I'll change to another girl. Oh, it's no fun no more. I don't know what to say. The honeymoon is over, baby. It's never gonna be that way.
This has been a presentation of Nine's Wide World of Sports.